Alright, in today's video we're diving into one of the most feared infrared missiles in War Thunder, the R-73. Known for its incredible agility and lethal tracking, this missile has changed how top tier air combat plays out, but is it still effective in 2025? Let's take a look. First up, a brief IRL history of the R-73. This missile was developed by the Soviet Union in the 1980s as a next generation, short-range air-to-air missile, designed to outclass Western missiles like the AIM-9L and AIM-9M. It featured extreme off-boresight capability and thrust vectoring, making it one of the most agile infrared missiles of the time. In War Thunder, the R-73 lives up to this legacy with its lethal agility in up-close dogfights. Available on aircraft at various BR ranges in the Soviet tech tree, ranging from subsonic attackers with the Su-25BM at BR 11.0, all the way up to multi-role fighters at 14.0 with the Su-30SM, even making its way outside of the Soviet tech tree, by way of the Indian MiG-21 Bison in the British air tree as an example. Before we jump into how the R-73 performs in War Thunder, don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Getting really close to 500 subscribers, and every click is effective in helping the channel grow. Speaking of effective clicks, let's take a look at the in-game performance of the R-73. This missile has a massive seeker field of view, allowing it to lock targets far off bore sight. This is especially useful when paired with helmet mounted sights, allowing for some truly crazy off-bore shots. The thrust vectoring gives it insane turn rates, meaning it can follow targets through aggressive manoeuvres that other infrared missiles would simply lose. This missile also has a high G tolerance and strong acceleration, giving it excellent performance even against flaring or manoeuvring opponents. Speaking of flaring, it also has IRCCM, or infrared counter-measures. This allows it to ignore some flares and continue to hit its target. This, coupled with the all-aspect seeker, makes this a very effective missile. However, it's not without its weaknesses. The seeker is still vulnerable to well-timed flares, especially if the target manoeuvres and breaks line of sight. Also, some aircraft that carry it are matched against opponents with much stronger BVR capabilities, so you'll need to close the gap to make the most out of this missile. Let's break down the pros and cons of the R-73 in War Thunder. First up with the pros, it has excellent infrared missile tracking and agility, coupled with an all-aspect seeker and IRCCM. It's capable of off-boresight locks, especially with HMD support, and thanks to its high G pull, it's great at punishing unaware or low-speed targets up close. And now for the cons, it's still beatable with proper flare timing from your opponent. It has limited range. It's limited to short range compared to some of its contemporaries, making it quite situational. And at lower BRs, it is balanced somewhat by the airframe of the aircraft that is carrying it. Here's a few quick tips to get the most out of the R-73 in AirRB matches. First up, use the helmet mounted display if your aircraft supports it. Lock targets at extreme angles for some surprise shots, and don't be afraid to fire this at side aspect targets. The missile will still often manoeuvre and track to hit them. Use this up close, it's best to engage in knife fights. This missile thrives in close range dogfights where its agility becomes a major threat. And finally, don't rush your shots, wait for the right moment to fire. Make sure your enemy is in position, either flaring inconsistently or otherwise distracted, or fire from within 1.5 kilometers from rear aspect for a very high chance of a hit. There has been plenty of debate in the community since this missile was added, with the question often asked, is the R-73 too strong for its own good? While it can absolutely dominate under the right conditions, it is still beatable with proper countermeasures and manoeuvring, and at lower BRs the devs have balanced this by putting it on jets with specific trade-offs, such as subsonic speeds or less overall weapon loadouts, but it's clear this missile defines the close range meta at top tier. Personally, I think the missile is in a good place balancing gameplay wise, but what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. And that wraps up our look at the R-73 in War Thunder in 2025. Have you had success or frustration fighting against this? Do you think it needs a nerf, or is it fine as it is? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button for more War Thunder content. Thanks for watching.